Good morning. I hope everybody's having a good Sunday. I hope everybody had a good Pride Month. I mean, I'm not all the way in the door, I'm on the outside. But I hope y'all had a good month. My month has been crazy. But making it through, nonetheless. I need to clean up. I've been to a couple of job fairs. One of them, baby. Like I told my mom, I said, at this point, I feel like you sending me stuff just for shits and giggles, because, baby, I'm just like you. I'm a miniature you. Don't be sending me no ghetto ass, unorganized ass, none of that bullshit, baby. Again, I just look like this. It's just some shit that I do not want to be a part of. Don't care. I ain't clean up my room. I call myself do the last part of my room, which is my sheets, because I have a king size bed. And for anybody who isn't close to me, I'm 5'2.5". So just imagine your bed being up against the wall and you trying to snatch stuff and move the mattress and all of that bullshit. Yeah, I'm sweating because I just came from outside. I'm not one of those girls that has to have the air conditioner on unless I'm going way too far and it's just way too hot. I'm perfectly okay with riding with my windows down, and I don't wear makeup, so none of that other bullshit really bothers me. This is my first time having avocado toast from Smoothie King. Normally I just get whatever smoothie I'm in the mood for that day, and if I want to add some vanilla whey protein, I will. If not, I won't, but I know I'll be hungry as hell if I don't. So I got, what was it, a pineapple kale with vanilla whey protein, and I got a 20 ounce, and I got the avocado toast just to see if I'm still gonna be hungry after this. Yesterday when I went to Smoothie King, I got a 20 ounce. It wasn't a Caribbean whey, but whatever it was, I got a 20 ounce with vanilla whey protein. They ended up giving me a 32 ounce for the same price. Thank you. Because I really needed that 32 ounce. I was just being modest and got the 20 ounce. So I really hope this is good, because I be picky on avocado toast and all of that. A lot of stuff, if I don't make it at home after seeing it, I'm not even going to want to buy it. I'd rather make it at home. Being a stay-at-home mom, I became like that because I started cooking on my own and shit. Like, just some shit. I don't give a damn. I'd rather make it at home. It almost tastes like they put guacamole on some toast. That's almost what it tastes like, but the flavor is good. It's good. It need a little egg on it, but it's okay. But it's really good just for plain avocado toast. I've never had just plain avocado toast because it's like, I know what avocado tastes like by itself. I obviously know what bread tastes like by itself. Those two flavors just didn't mesh well with me when I first heard it. And then when it was like, you gotta season it and you gotta do this, you gotta, oh, okay. Because just hearing avocado toast, she's not interested at all. Now, when I first heard of avocado toast, you could not put all of this avocado on no damn bread for me. Because if my avocado didn't come with no onions, no tomatoes, no cilantro, no lime juice, no none of that stuff, I don't want to look at the avocado. But once I learned how much that is actually a good protein and a healthy fat, I was like, okay. Let me take all the extra stuff out of it and see what everybody's talking about. And like this morning, I wanted some breakfast, but with me just getting out the hospital from being dehydrated, I've been told specifically what to eat for right now until I get my body back where it was. And I'm on a low-fat, minimal grease. I don't even like using the word diet, but that's what the fuck I'm on. And I want eggs, but obviously everywhere we go, that's quick. Them eggs is wrapped around some sausage or some bacon. Now, I can have like some sausage crumbles, but I'm a bacon girl. I don't really care for sausage like that unless it's available. And seeing as though I'm picky when it comes to turkey bacon, if it's not pork, I don't want no bacon at all. So, yeah. I didn't feel like cooking this morning. I just didn't feel like it. And for as much chicken as I've been eating here lately, I'll be okay without the protein from the eggs this morning. It'll be just fine. I started walking again. I don't know why. It took a bitch to go to the hospital to just get the fuck up and start doing some shit again, but I guess that's what the fuck I needed. So, the other day, I'll go walking with my baby, because I try to minimize how much help I ask my parents for, because they have busy lives. Like my daddy made his point clear. I ain't stopping shit to help with no baby. If I can work it in, then fine. But I ain't stopping nothing. I understand, Daddy. So, I took her with me to go walking the other day. Talk about resistance. I was having to pull that child after a certain point. I'm like, look, I'm trying to get my strength back up. Mommy needs her strength back up. And then I'm pulling your big behind, too. I think my baby got to be at least 40, 50 pounds. And again, I'm 5'2" and a half. And she's probably a little bit over my shoulder. Or right at my breast line. So, yeah. I got all this I'm dragging. And then I got to drag your extra 45, 50 pounds. No. I appreciate the support, baby, but you're going to stay at the house the next time. And then when I went walking the other day, I actually went in reverse on the trail because I need the incline. I need the incline real bad because at some point I'm getting back in some motherfucking hills. I don't give a damn what y'all say. I'm putting me some motherfucking heels back on me, and my toes gonna be bouncing, baby. And so I needed the incline, and that was a pretty good walk around the park. So, and with me not working right now, I have to take working out again really slow because I cannot put everything back in my body as fast as I was when I was bigger trying to lose the weight. Like now, it's a struggle to eat the way that I know I need to eat, working out the way that I like to work out. And I know I complained in another video about hurting and all that stuff. I actually like working out, but if I cannot put the right things back into my body, yeah, it don't make sense because that's hurt that I don't want, like the cramping up because you don't have enough potassium. Yeah, nope. If I ain't got enough bananas, if I ain't took enough vitamins, if I, no. Because again, she's single. I got to rub my own leg out in the middle of the night. So, And then, like, I like having a partner. Yeah, working out or walking or whatever, it's always peaceful to have your own peace of mind. But I truly like working out with a partner. I like having an accountability partner. Somebody who knows that I can do more. Somebody that is perfectly okay with me talking shit to them. Because I'm going to talk shit. Because if you know my baby brother, he don't give a fuck. You just better do this motherfucking workout because you asked me to help your ass. Okay? But remember, I'm your older sister, goddammit. You better ease the fuck up. So, let me blow my nose. And then, when I was in the hospital, after they gave me all of them fluids, I have shorts on. After they gave me all of them fluids, all of the mucus and shit been coming up out of my nose. Which obviously is supposed to come out some kind of way. It's either gonna go up or down. So I guess as long as it's coming out, that's what matters, right? Ooh. Fell right on off that nightstand. So I'm in the process of finding a job still. Yeah, and like I said in another video, I am very particular about the type of work that I do now because my last face-to-face customer service job, a gun was pulled out on me. So, like, I'm very particular about the type of customer service job I do because I don't want to be in customer service at all unless it's doing her for myself. That's just what the fuck it is for me. Like, the day that a motherfucker talk to me crazy and I'm here to help you and you don't have enough people to work here, yeah, that was the day I realized I don't want to work for another motherfucker because the motherfuckers that you work for ain't always grateful that you there to help. That's why when I say, no, I want to do my hair shit the way I want to do it, if I cannot do it the way I want to do it, then I'd rather just do it by myself because I've had too many people like kill my little dream, kill my little vision, and I ain't never want to be none of these famous ass. I just want to be able to do enough to take care of both parents. Now that I have a child, take care of my baby. At the time, a man was not in my plan as far as my business goes, which a man has never been in my plan as far as a business goes. If he was going to be conducive to my business, then I could understand me making that type of decision. But because I didn't meet a man that could help me build my business, the field that I wanted to, I'm not saying that he couldn't because I'm pretty sure he could if that was what he wanted to do. But what I'm saying is like, if I met you later on and I already had my business going and, you got your shit going and we just put our shit together, that's something different. But I don't want nobody taking shit from up under me. Sorry. Little juicy. But yeah, I don't want nobody taking shit from up under me. Oh, this is my family's business. Little Mama's Barbecue. We're located in South Dallas. I don't know how many people that are watching that are not even from here, that don't even know what that is, but that's where we're located, Little Mama's Barbecue. You can just Google it in South Dallas. But yeah, I don't want to, at this stage in my life, because I have been trying to do it by myself. I've tried to do it with people. I've tried to do it with people who I guess they thought I was supposed to carry their business, which is probably why they still chasing my ass to come help them. Because no, I said no. No, you didn't do right the first time we crossed paths. I don't trust that you're going to do right the second time. No, nigga. Like I have a homegirl, she braids. The only thing is we don't braid alike. And I am the type of person, and other braiders and other people of certain professions will tell you the same thing. If you don't do it just like me or better, then I don't want to take the risk. You know what I'm saying? And I'm pretty sure there are other people who are better than me that will feel the same way, about me. I'm not as good as you. Now, I don't know if I want to take that risk on her. That's just how the world works. That's how I will stop. So, and like, I never cared about fast braiders or no shit like that. Like, if your work is neat, that's all that matters to me. Because other shit can be worked on. Like the parting and shit like that. Baby, all we need is some good lighting. I used to work beside a girl. She could do designs and shit out the wazoo. And it's like, you went to a white hair school. I know damn well they didn't teach you this shit. She said, I did. I learned all of this on my own before I even went to her school. I'm like, And see, I don't have that type of vision. Like, I didn't draw or shit like that growing up. And she said she didn't either. It's just what she knew how to do. And to me, I feel like that goes hand in hand. I can't draw. So some of this shit, she can't do. I love classic box braids. It's just something so sexy about box braids. Plain box braids. Like, not... some of this other stuff is cute. Like, I like the boho. I like them braids. The only thing is, if y'all not getting the right kind of hair for the little curly boho part, don't ask Kiara to do that. Because if that shit get to bunching up, I'm going to complain. You going to get tired of hearing my mouth the whole time I'm braiding. Because why the fuck you buy this cheap ass motherfucking hair? And I'm a person that, if I'm not going to do it on my head, I'm not going to want to do it on nobody else's head. I don't give a damn if it's the trend or whatever the fuck it is. If I don't like it, I'm not going to do it. A girl, a childhood friend of mine, when I started braiding her hair, because she was trying to get used to getting braids and stuff like that, be asking me or showing me videos of some stuff that, friend, I'm not in tune with that side of my hairstyling days like that no more. I don't care about all that fancy shit no more. So you asking me to take the time to do some shit like that, we can do it. I'm not interested in it, but I can do it. That's just how I am now. Especially when you've gone through certain practices and processes and shit of certain things. It's like some shit is just unnecessary. Especially when you... And I'm sorry, I probably got bread in my teeth and all that, but y'all gonna be all right. And I get it, there's a difference. And you learning the shit and you knowing how to do the shit. But my issue comes always gonna be this. Because motherfuckers want all of this extra shit and don't want to pay you for it. Especially since I've had my license for a long time. I don't give a damn whether I use it like the rest of my classmates, schoolmates, or whatever or not. I don't give a fuck. A license is a license. And I kept up with my shit. I don't give a damn. And a lot of people get this whole, just because they still do the work and they ain't got no license, they're better. Okay, and you probably are. But how many doors are you going to be able to get into and stay in like that? Because you might not be the one to get in trouble, but the ones helping you will be the ones to get in trouble. That's why I can't work with everybody, because if I already know that you don't keep up with your own business shit, your own personal shit that you need to keep up with, no, you can't help me. If your outside life is a whole lot worse than my shit, hell no, you can't fucking help me. Hell no. I don't give a damn what nobody say about me being up under my parents' thumb. I'll be right up under that motherfucker. So, that's the issue with a lot of y'all. Y'all stop listening at some point to whoever raised you, or whoever was raising you, or whoever that guardian angel was for you in your life. and you fucked up. I'm not saying I ain't never had no fuck ups. I'm just glad I had enough sense when it came down to it. Any of the major fuck ups that I've had over the last 2 years just was not solely on myself. There were a lot of different moving parts, but because there are so many things that had transpired and so many people who didn't want to listen because they had their own head up their own asses, then yeah. But, if whatever you got going on ain't conducive to whatever I need to have going on or what I already got going on, now we can't help each other. And right now, and because somebody said, you used to be such a positive person and yada, yada, yada. And it came from somebody that wasn't even up in my ass growing up. But I take that compliment from you, boo, because you obviously was on the outside seeing me from on the inside. So you obviously saw that. But, fuck all that. Fuck all of that. Like I told somebody, I hate saying this because I've never been like this. I've always been the type of person that's inviting. And when I say inviting, I am not one of them that walk into a crowd full of people and just start smiling and talking. I'm not that type of person. I'm a small group person. Baby, don't put me in no crowd in front of a bunch of whole motherfucking people unless I ain't got no liquor in my hand. Because I will turn the fuck around. Get somebody else to do it, not me. I don't want to do it. I was talking to somebody about karaoke. I've only done karaoke amongst my family, and we stupid as hell. With and without the elders. Me and my cousins are dumb as fuck. So, in a public setting, just depends. Because, if I can't show it how I can show it in my grandma's living room when I get to hitting them high notes, no, I don't want to go. Okay, so if I was to make this at home, I would definitely need to get some oversized bread. Because this was an oversized piece of bread and came in this. Because, baby, regular sandwich bread with avocado toast, unless you really skinny and you already got that stomach trained to eat it like that, that's not going to be enough for me. I'd probably have to eat 2 of those. And before anybody who watch my videos be talking about me, skinny and fat and all that stuff, I've been both, okay? So I really don't give a damn whether you skinny or fat or none of that stuff, as long as you happy, baby. That's all I care about. I think I filled up my tissue. Un momento. Oh, Lord Jesus. So, I am one of those parents that I listen to whatever the fuck I'm listening to within reason when my baby is around. If it's too much pop that, suck that, lick that, all of that shit that now that I know that she can comprehend a little better and that she could possibly ask questions about, I try not to listen to those songs now. But because we're black and we cuss, she's going to hear curse words like, y'all not finna make my head and my chest hurt on that one. So, I listen to a lot of old stuff, like I've said in some of my videos. A lot of the new stuff, if I hear it, it's either on the regular radio or because I went out kicking it with some of my cousins that still go out into the club scene and shit like that. She ain't doing that right now because she don't have no friend group right now. That's just what that is for me. And half of them didn't even like the club. So until I come across some friends that like just going to shake their ass without getting any extra ass attention from niggas and shit, we can just go dance and come on the fuck home, then she just can't do it for right now. And that's understandable. I done probably been face down, ass up enough in my life already. So I'm listening to Itching by Future. Now, the older your children get, you never realize what they know until they actually start opening their mouths. And she bust out and said, I got the yay for the low. First of all, no, you don't. Second of all, go get a book. We finna go read. Come on, Ma. Yeah, itch on that while you dancing and shit. But it's too funny when you hear your kids singing songs and then if they singing a part that you know is okay because you're an adult, but to hear your child singing, hey, all right, that's enough. All right. And at some point, I'll put my baby on the camera. It's just, she's already been on TikTok in ways that I did not always agree, but we are learning. And I know she is just doing that for fun, and she don't see the right or the wrong in whatever it is that she is doing or being allowed to do. It's the adults. So, but again, we're all learning. It's just with her being black, and I pour into the things that she likes that we were told were too sexualized as far as like certain types of dancing and stuff like that. I just didn't want her on certain things without my permission or without how I put it out there. But it's okay, because if I see something I don't like, it just give me a reason to go off. So, baby, I ain't doing nothing about making this room worse for myself. I think if my bed was made up, it just wouldn't be that bad. And that's the thing. Because it's so tight in here. I have a big bedroom set. I have to pull all my clean clothes out into the hallway just to be able to make my bed up the right way. When I was married, I was used to washing my sheets and shit once a week or once every 2 weeks, depending on what we had going on, what life was going, like all that shit. Now, because I'm not doing all that extra stuff in my bed. Because, baby, the minute I get these sheets wrapped up, that fitted sheet wrapped around that mattress, it's on. It comes off when it comes off. I don't care how you feel about that statement, because, again, I'm 5'2.5" with a king-size bed. I'd rather put forth the effort, all of that working out, in the gym, not into making my bed up. When I had a queen size and there was room on both sides for me to make that bitch up, then okay, baby, I'll make this bitch up all day long if you want me to. Now, Okay, so now after a while, eating so much avocado toast, it's almost like eating liver. If you eat too much of it, it's like it swells in your mouth. That is the only thing about avocado toast. It's like after a certain point, I no longer want creamy avocado in my mouth anymore. I'm completely done. But because I'm building my body back up, I have to finish this. Anything else that I ain't supposed to be eating, I ain't got to finish all that. Pasta, rice, potatoes. I ain't got to finish all that shit. But if it's some shit that I know I need to finish, I don't give a damn how ugly I look in the face getting it down. I'm gonna finish it. I ain't even drunk my smoothie. I hope it's good. I don't even know if I've gotten that before. But I'm trying to get as many greens down as I possibly can. Cause weird. So I went to this first job fair a couple of weeks ago. It was not in the best location of Dallas, Texas. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. Again, I'm from a particular area. That don't necessarily mean that I want all of my day-to-day things to be in that particular area, whether it's working, kicking it, whatever. I don't have to always be that or be around that. I don't. Give a damn. So, my thing is when you hear a hiring event, a job fair, if you hear a company is putting on something, you expect to walk into a door with a little more organization and professionalism. No matter how the person looking for a job, is dressed, you supposed to want my motherfucking ass to work and stay there. But I feel like people take it as, you need a job, I'm providing you with a job, shouldn't be no complaints. However, until I start physically moving my body and opening my mouth, you really don't know what the fuck I can and can't do. You don't know if I'm playing or not. And this is the complaint that people have. People who actually want to work a job and don't mind taking direction from people. These are the complaints that we have. Because that starts from the front door. Why the fuck do I want to work for this company and y'all's hiring event ain't even fucking organized right? Excuse me. There's no line, there's no nothing. And then once I finally get to the table to start asking questions, you helping me and two other people. And I'm having to, because I feel like in customer service, we were taught you treat a customer as if it is their first time coming to you until you build a rapport. So I feel like when it comes to other things as well, you talk to people as if it's their first time coming to your event until you have a rapport, goddammit. So I could have been a 16-year-old kid coming in there, not ever having a job and wondering what the fuck is going on. Or I could have been, you know what I'm saying? It don't matter. And that be another thing, too. Y'all be having folks coordinating these damn things and they don't even be knowing what the fuck they doing. Or they don't want to be up there doing the shit and they half-ass coordinating and shit. So, and again, I like the ghetto girl shit. I like all that ghetto shit. But when it comes time to getting a job, when it comes time to for education, all that shit, some shit just shouldn't even be seen. Some shit should just be null and void. It should not even be existing. I don't give a damn if where I'm working is in the heart of the fucking hood. When I walk into that fucking building, it shouldn't feel like that. Cause baby, by the time I got done dealing with all of the extra chaos just to get to the damn table to even get my questions answered, I'm like, baby, I don't want to deal with this bullshit, and walked right the fuck on up out of there. The security who helped me when I first got there, he seen me come out that door. All right, little mama, you have a good day. Thank you. Walk my little ass right on back to this car, and we gonna try another one. Cause hell no. And it was a warehouse job. I have a business degree in business administration, and I don't, unless that warehouse got an office in there for me to do some filing, some computer shit, some shit like that, organizing, some shit that I actually said that I wanted to do. No. Because I don't mind driving or nothing, or learning how to drive anything. But, I'm 5'2.5", and my thinking is what if I'm in them situations where I'm completely by myself, strength-wise? That'd be my thing. And now this last one I went to, first of all, me being a little black girl and being very knowledgeable about certain things. I'm sorry, y'all. I peep everything. Little smart black girl. I don't know every fucking thing, and I don't even think I want to know every fucking thing, because honestly, the way the world treat me, I know too much. So, I walk in. I didn't have my glasses on, because I don't need my glasses to walk around. I don't need them for that. So, I come in. He greets me, the guy. And I gave him my name. I said, hi, my name is Kiara. Gave my last name. I said, it might show up in the system as something else. I'm recently divorced, yada, yada, yada. He was like, okay, no problem. So I did the application before I even got there. Because I was like, maybe it'll make the process a whole lot smoother. I applied for the position I wanted. I did not apply for none of them other positions, whether I knew I would have gotten them or not, because that wasn't what I wanted. Because the rest of them, I had to talk to customers. I don't want to fucking talk to customers. The one I applied for, you can just put me behind the fucking computer, and all I got to do is type some motherfucking buttons in. So, after I sign in or whatever, because I've already applied, and he was like, okay, a few minutes. So he leaves me right there and goes to finish helping the man that he was already helping when I first walked in, which was understandable, and went to go with the group of guys that was doing what, they had already been there or whatever. So he basically sends me to someone else, because he was like, well, I thought you had applied for the collections specialist. I've said twice already, no, that's not the position I've applied for. The position I applied for was something else, and that's the position I want. I know what collections is. I don't want to do this shit no more. I did not say that, obviously, at the interview, but this is what I'm telling y'all. I don't want to do that shit no more, because we all got issues. We all got kids. We all got families or whatever, and if you don't, at some point you will, so you will understand some of the woes and all of that shit that those of us who have children and extra issues and shit like that come across. So, and again, even with having my child, like, them bills still gotta get paid. Baby, you okay? As long as your ass is clean, your teeth are brushed, your hair is combed, and your belly is full, you gonna be all right. So, I learned that quick at that last job. I really don't give a fuck about your problems, yo. Can you pay this bill today or not? But you cannot talk to them like that professionally. It's either you can or you can't. I'm going to put these notes in this computer that you could not pay your bill today, or this is the second time that you could not pay your bill, and da-da-da-da-da-da. I've already done this shit. And I was in a rowdy area. Pretty sure there's a rowdier area than that one. But the way these people talk, when they can't have their motherfucking way, that's a job. The gun got pulled out on me on. Look. Them moments right there show you how people really try to throw their weight around with this shit. And it was an old bitch that did it too. Cause I'm sorry, but I know what life and death and all of that shit is. I was taught differently before I got in, grew up and we stepped into certain doors with certain people and shit like that. Okay? And I've always been told when your time comes, your time comes. It's just some shit you cannot escape. That's what I was taught. So, when this bitch pulled a gun out on me because she all mad and distraught and shit because she wanted something specific done and only my manager could do that, but she was not there that day. That was an upper management only request. So, she pulls this little pink and silver gun out of her purse, still wailing. Y'all up here stealing my money and da-da-da-da. Bitch, I make more money than you pay on these damn bills. I'm not trying to steal a motherfucking thing from you. I'm living in a little bitty ass, small ass apartment. I don't give a fuck about none of the money that you handing us. Or anybody else up in this motherfucker that's handing us. Do you not see what I look like? Very well put together. Why the fuck do I need your money? Even without a job. Why the fuck would I need your money? What about your dollars? It's supposed to make me put them bitches in my motherfucking pocket. Who are you? Nobody. And you stupid as fuck because we right around the corner from the damn police station. Somebody is gonna hear that whether I can get to that little button or not. Your ass is old as fuck and your husband is sick. You're not gonna be able to get to that car fast enough. But okay, girl, it makes sense to you. It makes sense to you, girl. So come on, we're doing it. Y'all look stupid as fuck pulling guns out on people because you can't have your motherfucking way. Now you finna be in jail all because you wanted something, couldn't get it, and you done pulled your gun out on somebody to throw your weight around. And that's just like with anything else, not even just weapons. People throwing race around. People throwing, colorism and all of that other bullshit around that people tend to do when they trying to get something about a folks or trying to get shit in the media and bringing up, causing uproar and shit like that. That's all the fuck that is. And my last job, when it got time to talk about politics and shit like that, I really don't give a damn about the shit. I go in there, do what the fuck I know how to do to the best of my ability, and I come the fuck on out. I think it's all stupid at the end of the day because it is another way to keep us fighting. That's just how I feel. But you vote how you vote, okay? And if you don't vote, and you raising children who don't vote, you are the problem, okay? Thanks. So, I'm talking to them at work or whatever. And I am one of those people because of how we are raised that just some shit you ain't supposed to talk about in the workplace. But I'm one of those people, I don't give a fuck. I'm going to talk about what I want to talk about if we're comfortable talking about it. Obviously, sexual things is definitely a thin line because you got them people that will definitely engage in them types of conversations. Not as far as those of us partaking, but just having a conversation about something. There are people who will partake in these conversations and then go run and say, ooh, they over there talking about da 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 da. Did you let them know you was a part of the conversation too? No? No. Okay. So we see what type of person you are. You can't be a part of the conversations no more. You ain't invited to the cookout no more. You got to sit outside the fence now. Because you don't know how to participate and keep your fucking mouth closed. So we talking about the election stuff and all of that, and we already know who the president is and blah, blah, blah. So, and they looking at me and they're like, well, how do you feel about that? I said, I don't like none of it, honestly. I said, but I definitely vote. I listen until I'm tired of listening to the shit. If there's a candidate that I have not heard of, have not looked up, don't know, hadn't heard of growing up, all that bullshit, I listen to whatever the fuck they going for. Because sometimes the ones that we will support will still go for some shit that we don't go for. But then at that point, you got to pick the one that's going to, you feel like he's going to do the better job at that point. And no, I never cared to be a politician. So please don't be trying to reach out at some point in time. But you be good for advocating. No. She don't want to do that. No. She don't want to do that neither. Because at this point, I feel like I should have just, I don't know. But I need to be to myself where I can just push a little button and make everything happen for me, good and bad at this point. Because golly. But I wasn't born into a rich family, so I still got to work for mine. Like I told my mama, girl, I'm still waiting on you to say, surprise. We really rich. We was just playing like we was struggling. Because, baby, and again, I get it. Everybody's struggle is different. This is not one of them, oh, it's me. My life was harder than yours, pages. Because we've all had a story, okay? And we all still living our story. And we all still figuring our shit out. So I'm going to keep figuring my shit out how I need to figure out mine. While you figure out your shit out, you need to figure out yours. And we all going to be at the finish line. Got avocado on my face. I used this towel yesterday when I shampooed my braids. The scalp was itching. Once I finally got hydrated again, the scalp got to itching. And when I have braids, I don't like shampooing my hair or my scalp because all of the braiding hair. I don't care for that shit. Even before I did my locks and shit, I still didn't like that. I only did that if I had to keep my braids in longer, which I don't have to keep them in longer, but I'm in between jobs. There's no reason for me to be changing hairstyles like I changed draws. I ain't got to do that right now. And the whole point right now is to let my hair grow back out. So any braids that I am doing, I'm doing it with the intention of leaving it up a little bit longer or just redoing them edges and going about my way. Because during the summertime and the springtime, I do light colors. And during the winter and fall, I do dark colors. So after summertime is over with, yeah, I probably won't see no more light hair on my head unless it's mixed in with some dark color hair. And I don't say black because I don't do black hair on my head unless I color my hair black. Because black people don't have black hair. We have dark brown hair. Okay. And I didn't drink none of my smoothie while eating that. And I feel full. And I was doing a lot of drinking yesterday. And throughout the night. And that's just bread. So I would be full. Which is a good thing. I still have my smoothie over here. I don't know how I feel about that. Maybe because it's not sweet. What compared to the other ones? This one might have had more veggies in it than the other ones that I be getting. Like, I can taste the sweetness from the banana. But maybe if I get this one, I'll just add them. Maybe ask them to add an extra banana or something for sweetness. And when I was making smoothies at home, all I used was sugar. Not sugar, honey to sweeten up my smoothie. So, and obviously at some of these places, they don't always use the stuff that we use at home. And since I'm really getting acclimated to being back out into the world again, because even after the pandemic rules and shit was lifted, I still stayed in the house. I still did everything at home, cooking, making my smoothies, shit like that at the house. Unless it wasn't Mexican food, which is my favorite, seafood bags, crab balls, shit like that, or them Sunday meals that I just didn't feel like cooking at home, then I wasn't going out to get it. So now when I go to, like, for instance, Smoothie King, I'm sitting there looking at the menu, trying to order shit outside of what I'm used to just ordering or just throwing out there because it's something I'm used to having. And I'm sitting there like the old folks looking at it like, oh, okay, now this got what in it? Okay, baby, are you ready to order? No, okay, because I'm still reading. Like, I definitely feel like the old folks now going out into the world. Excuse me. Because once I was a kept woman, I was truly a kept woman. Like, it's just some shit I didn't do. If I wasn't doing it with my homegirls, then no, you wasn't catching me doing it. And even still, if I wasn't going to be doing whatever it was like they were doing because I was married. So, and even still, I didn't kick it around certain type of women once I got into a serious relationship. I just didn't. Even with the friends I chose, if they were doing certain things, they already knew how I was, and they didn't want to hear my motherfucking mouth, so they did whatever the fuck they was gonna do without me, just like I did without them. Because if anybody gonna get hurt, it ain't gonna be with me. Go on. Because when I'm leaving and going to go do my dirt, I know what the fuck I'm finna go do. Go on about your way. You ain't finna fuck up my shit. I'll call you when I get done. Spinach. There's a lot of spinach in here. Because I taste it. And then when I made my smoothies at home, on those weeks or days where I did heavy veggies, I also tried to make sure I balanced out the fruit as well. Because I don't want no bland ass smoothie. I don't want nothing bitter going down my throat. That's nasty. Not in the name itself, you would think it's supposed to taste good. Smoothie, you would think it's supposed to taste good. And if you can't make it taste good, I don't want it. I went and got my nails done after I went to that other job fair. I don't even know where I left off with that story. But now that I done brought it up. So the guy takes the other men wherever they were going to do their part. And he asked me, to sit down, because at this point they trying to figure out. He's frustrating me at this point because I already told you what I applied for, but you keep telling me what you thought I applied for. No, motherfucker, I already told you what I applied for. So he was like, well, we really need somebody for this. I've driven all the way from one side of Dallas to the other. At this point, that's fine. I would interview for it. If I qualify for it, we go from there, whatever. But, nigga, I already told you what the fuck I applied for. But okay. And at this point, I don't want to turn down nothing, especially if I'm already in the door. You know what I'm saying? If my foot is already in the door, for one thing, if I qualify for something else, okay, then we can make that work. Again, the shit that frustrates some people don't really frustrate the fuck out of me. I've always, when it came to jobs, I've always ended up in situations where either somebody helped me or I started out in one position and over excelled in that position and just so happened to land into something else. That's always the type of situations I keep being in. Or like with a job I loved years ago, I was a temp at that job. And again, my mom worked in upper management for a long time. That showed me what the fuck I did not want to do because of all the sacrifice she made family-wise, and not just her children, other family members as well. I didn't like seeing that shit because I saw how it took a toll on her. Thank God that she's better now. But I never wanted to be in upper management. If I cannot be happy and be a mom whenever I decided I wanted to have children, if I cannot be a mom, the type of mom I want to be an active mom, a present mom, and excel at my job the way I like to excel, people who know my work ethic, shit like that. So I'm going to have to give somewhere. And I will never slack on being a parent. Because again, that's how we got. Whether they tried to slack or not, whether they did everything they could do or not, that's how we got. Because somebody just missed the marker somewhere. Or just was too late picking you up at some point. Or too late to get there at any point. That's all that is. I don't give a damn. That's what it is. So, if I can't be a great mom and hold a job, and you're not going to give me shit about being a great mom, I'd rather be a great mom than to hold this motherfucking job, then So, I go sit down at the table like the guy asked me to. He takes them in. And, again, I've scoped so many things growing up. You can tell when somebody's disregarding your motherfucking ass. But as a little black girl, and you've been taught your whole life that that's just what the fuck people do, you ignore it, you stand up tall, and you keep being there for whatever the fuck it is you're there for until you leave. That's just what the fuck it is. You don't touch me, I don't touch you. You don't say nothing stupid, I won't say nothing stupid. So I sat down, and, he was gathering up the other men and shit like that. And the lady came to me, and she was like, I'm just going to be honest with you. The position that you apply for is already filled, and I don't know why he just didn't tell you that. I said, oh, okay. You see how I responded to this lady? That's probably the same way I would have responded to that man. So she was like, but you said that you're okay with interviewing for the other position, right? I said, yes, I'm fine with interviewing for whatever position. Doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to qualify for it now, but yeah, come on, So she was like, okay, well, let me go get everything together. Let me go pull up your application, pull up your resume, all of that stuff that you sent. That way I can have everything together. I was like, okay. Ain't that what you're supposed to do? So I'm still sitting there, whatever. And I'm sorry, y'all, to those of you who have an issue with women blowing their nose and spitting and all of that stuff. I'm definitely one of those. Everything that you don't like for a woman to do, I'm definitely gonna do it. So maybe 5-10 minutes, probably not even a full 10. She came back and she was like, okay, I'm ready. So I'm like, okay. So I grabbed my extra resume that I brought in with me and my purse and shit. I go in her office. So she apologized to me again about the whole mix-up or whatever in the beginning, I was like, ma'am, I'm okay. I said, it's just, I don't like being given a runaround. I said, that's it. So it's like, if there's an opportunity for me to interview for something else, point me in the other direction. I'm not going to argue with nobody about, well, if a position has already been filled or whatever. If that's what it is, and just let me know that, and I can go on about my way. So she was like, no, I understand that. So we got the interview going and all of that. She's telling me everything and all of that. And I've never been to a damn hiring event. I've never been to a damn job fair. I've never been to none of that bullshit. Never. Any job that I've ever applied for, either somebody helped me or I just so happened to land into the shit or whatever the case may be. So after we did everything, she was like, and this one was better than the last one, obviously, because I got a little further. So I'm asking like about the work environment and shit like that, because again, if you're properly training me, I can do any job. It's just a matter of if it's a job that I want to do. That's just what that is. So she's talking to me and all of that. She's going into depth about what I would be doing if I got the job and all of that. So she was like, do you have any questions or anything like that? Because I'm going to listen to everything you got to say before I start asking questions, because you be done ask something that I got a question about while you was talking. So I'm asking about the true things that are concerning for me, not the actual job. Because again, if I don't have to be face to face with a motherfucker, I'm behind the computer, I'm over the phone, I got that. Because that was the thing that was pissing the motherfuckers off at that last job. That I know my job and I can tell you either in your face or over the phone, and the information ain't gonna change. You just pissed off because I won't give you an extension on your motherfucking bill, because this is like the third or fourth one. And you a customer that they've been having issues with since I first got here, because they already gave me the rundown about every last customer in this damn system. That is the only issue that I had at the last job. Definitely was the only issue I had Definitely was the only issue I had at the last job. So my issue is gonna always be the weather. Because, baby, if I can't, I'm not swimming to no motherfucking job. I'm not snow skiing either. So what are the rules on the weather? I said, as you know already, I have a child, because that came up in the conversation. Me being a single parent and all that shit came up in the conversation, because I need to know what my stipulations are if I got to get up and leave because this child acting a fool. Or if she's somewhere throwing up, so she done broke something or she bleeding. I need to know what the rules are as far as that. Because if it's early enough into my shift, then I'll be right back. My baby showing ass. Everybody else busy. I got to go. I'll be right back. Like, I need to know. I need to know if this is going to be one of them jobs, or if this is going to be one of them opportunities. Thank you for your time. But I ain't going to be able to stay. So she was like, well, if the weather's bad, we just not coming to work. And that's just what that is. Okay, cool. Because that's the only thing that's ever going to make me be late. Because I can't control traffic. What you want me to do? Get out there and direct it my motherfucking self? I can't do shit about that. So I was like, okay, fine. That's cool. You know, when I was younger and I didn't have nobody to take care of, and I could get all the sleep in the world, I could sleep on somebody's couch. I could sleep, you know, on the floor. Give me a little piece of floor. And I'm up to go to work the next day. I can't do that now. I can't pop up and go like that no more. So anything that I do, I need to make sure that I'm going to be able to get some sleep. Enough sleep to where I'm not cussing motherfuckers out, because those who know me, know the real me, know that I have already told you, even before I became a smoker again, if I don't get enough sleep, I'm a full-on bitch. But that's knowing yourself. That's not me just being a bitch just because I'm black and I want to be a bitch. No. If I don't get enough sleep, I'm gonna be walking around talking about I'm gonna slap your motherfucking ass. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. That's why when I do decide to start, I guess seriously dating, because I'm dating, I'm just not, I guess I'm not seriously dating. I guess that's what that is. That man gotta understand, if I tell you I need a motherfucking nap, you better give me a blanket and a pillow and make sure I get that nap, or you finna deal with all of this attitude. That is the warning. My mouth. I've already vocalized it. Hey, baby, I'm sleepy. I need a nap. Get these kids. Or tell everybody don't call my phone. I'm finna take a nap. I'm finna turn my phone off and go sleep. And if that's what you need, I damn sure be the... He said he going to take a nap. He said he don't want to talk. Y'all gonna have to call him back later, or he gonna call you when he wake up. I like being that type of woman. No, he said no. But yeah, I cannot have a job another job where I have to decipher between keeping that job and being a parent. Like, I already feel bad about all the time that her and I don't spend together anymore, because again, I was a stay-at-home mom with her. But I was only a stay-at-home mom because I was supposed to have all of my children while I was a stay-at-home mama. But yeah, I was a stay-at-home mom with her. So she like she didn't have to deal with a lot of that stuff that a lot of children whose parents had no choice but to go to work or go back to work or whatever their situation was. But yeah. But when it comes to, like, I was having to teach her, like, personal space and stuff like that before she even went off to school. Because, again, I'm mommy. So, obviously, when you're the primary parent, or, like, even if her dad was the primary parent or she was in the house with him all the time, that's her closeness. You know what I'm saying? So, when she got, or with her cousins or whatever, because that's what she was used to when she got out into regular school and shit like that, we were coming from a pandemic. So obviously when we in the quarters of our own home in the pandemic, we're interacting however we interact after we make sure we all okay, we safe, we done sprayed each other down, stuck stuff all up each other's nose and all that bullshit that we had to do to be with one another. But coming out of a pandemic and all these babies going to school, everybody obviously it ain't no different from before the pandemic, but because of the seriousness of the sickness and how it was doing everybody was in the household differently. So you got kids all over one another, kids fighting because they ain't used to seeing these particular type of kids, like all that shit. Because when my baby went to school, that was her first year after the pandemic. She had never really just played with a lot of children of different cultures and ethnicities and shit like that. So when she came home and when the teacher was telling me that her and the little Hispanic kids, well, there was a point in time where I lived in California and the Hispanics was tearing my ass up because I was one of maybe 2 or 3 little black kids up in there tearing my ass up. Baby, I had to learn fast being in there with them little motherfuckers. No racism in that sentence at all, okay? But obviously, if those children were taught a certain way because of the racism and all of that shit that we all hadn't taught all of that bullshit back in the 90s, because we were still living in it. That's not something that I wanted mine to deal with. So, and she has cousins and shit of other races and stuff, but they don't live close for her to know certain things. So when the teacher called me and was like, because I'm definitely asking, are these kids black or white and shit like that, because you do have to put that into consideration, because again, if they are being taught the old shit, you still have to put that shit into consideration on how the child or children are acting. Because again, hate is taught. So I'm like, okay, well, what is going on? But she was like, they just can't seem to keep their hands off of one another. Now, my child knows, don't hit unless you're hit first. Now, she has to learn the difference between an accident and on purpose. When to say, I understand that was an accident, it's okay. Now, nigga, you did that on purpose, I'm finna beat your ass. She has to know the difference. And that's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to guide these little damn children on when to say, I understood that was an accident. It's okay. Now, nigga, I'm finna mollywop your ass because you did this shit on purpose. So, and like I've even said this in front of a teacher, and I did not care how she felt about it. If they hit you and it come off like they just blatantly just had no type of respect, no type of love, no type of none of that bullshit in that swing, you tear that ass up until a teacher or the principal or somebody get there to break y'all up. And then you tell them to call your mama and your daddy. Because my child ain't a bully. She is one of those, because I was one of those, that's just going in the world with no care in the world. Like, my child has not been abused in no type of way, because I made sure of that. By the time I made it to her age, I had gone through some things, so obviously I was conditioned a certain way because of certain reasons. My baby don't have that. So when she do tell me somebody just came up and just did some shit to her, not saying my child is innocent. Okay, well, what the fuck happened? What is the scenario? Because if it's a scenario where truly you wasn't doing shit, you was minding your motherfucking business, and they just came up and started doing some shit or nitpicking or whatever at you, okay, then yeah, at that moment they came to bother you. But if it was something completely innocent and all of that stuff, baby, don't be slapping nobody. That is the only thing about having children, is making sure they not hurting nobody and keeping them little motherfuckers fed. Because I don't need nobody child getting hurt on my watch. But I'm full from the avocado toast. I probably should have got one of the other smoothies that I like. I don't really like this one, but I'm going to drink it because I bought it. We don't have money to throw away right now, so we got to eat and drink every little penny. So, back to the job fair, or the little job hiring event thing that I went to. She seemed interested, but they always seem interested. So, of course, I got to wait on the phone call, email, something. And then I look into some of this other stuff that my cousin sent me and go from there. And then the only thing about this last one, because again, I don't have a problem with having a job. It be them off days. This was gonna be another fucking job where my off days was gonna be broken up. Okay, so like the last one that I liked, the one where the gun got pulled out on me. I liked the job even after that bullshit. It was just some fucking off days, yo. So I was like, she was like, yeah, you'll probably get another day during the week. That'll probably be another reason why I won't be here that long. Cause I need my 2 days off together. That was the conflict with that last job before the one I had. I couldn't make the time for my child. Even though I was dealing with relationship shit, I was dealing with that and my child shit. But now I don't have relationship shit to deal with. But that 2 days not together. I can't do no fucking hair. I can't do my own fucking hair. I can't do none of that shit. I need my 2 days fucking together. And so I was like, okay. That's definitely how y'all gonna keep me uninterested is in fucking off days. Cause I can get past not having off days on the weekend, even though that's what I want. But it's the broken up off days. I don't give a damn how many years folks have made that shit work for themselves. I don't give a fuck. I don't want that shit. And then I went and got my nails done after I went and did that. And I'm a person that I don't care for white polish on my skin. The older I've gotten. When I was younger, I would do white. Like when I was in college and shit like that, I would do white. But as a grown woman, especially hearing that dumbass notion that white toes are for hoes, I've never even before that, I just never really cared for white polish on my skin. I like color. Like, during the summertime, I like bright colors. Anything bright other than pink, I don't really do a lot of pink. And if I do pink, it's for a specific reason or event or whatever. The only time I wear pink is really for my mama. But I don't really do a lot of pink or red like that. Excuse me. Orange is probably the closest color to red that I do a lot of. Orange is like a favorite color of mine. So I do like bright yellows, bright oranges, bright greens. Ain't too many bright blues. They're pale or pastel. So I don't really do blues, like blues during the summertime. But it's weird doing the white. I think I've done white one other time since I've been this big ass age, and I just didn't like it on myself. But the Asians was in there like, no, I don't know why you don't like it. It's pretty color on you. And it didn't say it wasn't a pretty color because I can pretty much wear any color, including the ones that I don't care for. But it's just white on my skin tone. I don't care for it. I'm glad I got pretty toes so I can get past the color. So, and I got these suckers cut down. Cause baby, I was surprised I was even able to braid my cousin's hair for as long as my last set had gotten. And it's probably a good thing that I got this white polish because my mama want her hair bleached. And I ain't got to worry about my fingernails being ruined if I don't put gloves on. Which I probably will. I also stopped doing a lot of chemical services because of just that, of all the extra things you have to buy. Gloves, for example. I do color styles, but even still, I'm not a colorist. So anybody who asks me to do their hair, like color their hair, I always say no, because I'm not a perfectionist when it comes to that shit. Like if the color don't come out right, once I put it on your hair, well, at that point it's too fucking late. So either I gotta correct the shit, or we gotta figure out something else until you can come back for me to correct it. I don't have to do that shit. And then too much altering of the buns and shit like that, that shit gonna fall the fuck out anyway. And that's what I don't want to deal with. I had one of those incidents when I was in hair school. A Hispanic lady came to get her hair relaxed. Her daughter had already said that she had just gotten a color on her hair. And her daughter had pretty much been arguing about how long it had been. That was the whole argument. I just so happened to end up with the client. So her and her mama sitting there arguing, and she was like, "Ma, it has not been 6 weeks yet. It hasn't even been a month yet." She said, "No, it has been a month. Mija, it's been a month." And she said, "No, Mama, it has not." She was like, "Okay." So, like, I went and got my instructor or whatever, and I was like, well, what am I supposed to do at this point? Because y'all taught us if a customer really wants a service, regardless of your professional opinion, do it. And with us still being in school, we were still covered. So she said, "Well, go ahead." So, and Mama was like, I want what I want, goddammit. And if you know real Hispanics, once they say certain shit, that's just what the fuck that is. Real stern, real no, that's what the fuck I want. So, her daughter is sitting there looking at me, and I'm looking at her daughter, and she talking about, because her daughter has that face like, I told her, go ahead, but I told her already. So I done put the relaxer on. And I even though I have been listening to them go back, I had only put it on the new growth. And it was not a whole lot of new growth, but I was definitely trying my best to only put it on the new growth. And so when I did that, but when you're doing a relaxer and stuff, you already know, and you doing them all the time, if you don't let the hair grow out enough, it is inevitable to not get a little bit on the hair that's already been processed if you don't let it grow out enough. So I go back there, we shampoo it or whatever, get it off. Hair is still intact, completely intact. We've done the whole rinse out the relaxer, we've neutralized it, we've conditioned it. All of that. Get the lady back to my chair. And after you've wet the hair down, we already know that is like water breaks the hair down, worse than anything else. Because when it's wet, it said its weakest form. So I'm combing lightly. Because with a relaxer and all that stuff, the main goal is to get the shit off that client's scalp and get this shit off that hair so it'll stop processing. So I take the towel off her hair, trying to get a lot of the water off of it. And I'm looking at it. It looks fried. Before I even put a comb to it, before anything, it looks fried. Because again, she had just gotten a whole color weeks prior. So I'm looking at the shit. I'm like, as soon as I comb this, it's not going to come out right. But I'm still doing the process how I'm supposed to. So I grab my comb and I'm starting from the end like I'm supposed to. And that hair is just a snap, snap, snapping. And I can hear it. You can hear it popping. So I'm still combing to just get the hair calmed down and straight and untangled, because sometimes your hair can be a little tangled after you do a shampoo and condition because of how we're moving our hands, especially if you have long hair. And she had lengthy hair. And I'm trying not to freak the fuck out. But her daughter can see my face. Again, I'm 5'2", and where I went to school at, we used barber chairs. So barber chairs are bigger than stylist chairs. But she could see the little bit of my face that she could see from behind that chair. So she got up and came back there with me because I had been listening to her and her mama go back and forth. And at this point, I had been there long enough to know what to do and what not to do. But the owner told us, if they want the service, you give them that service. So her daughter came over there and stood next to me and looked. And she was like, because it ain't your fault. She said, stop. She said, give my mama the mirror. So I handed her mama the mirror. And her mama, the lady, did gasp at first. And she was like, she could see my face because I was standing there trying not to cry because I'm like, and she grabbed me and she was like, it's okay because you did what I told you to do. Like, I was so apologetic, like, because I'm like, and I said, how I end up with the Mexican client? Everybody must start laughing at me. It don't matter if she was black, white, or Mexican. The scenario still would have went the same. But she looked at me and was like, Mija, it's okay. Because you did what I told you to do. Maybe your hair is on the below. So, like, we definitely knocked the curl out of that hair. But, that was what it was. It wasn't a retouch. It was, she wanted to knock the curl completely out of her hair. That was what it was. So that's how it ended up falling out, because she wanted it all the way down to the end after literally just getting a color, a bleach on her hair. But, oh, man. That lady grabbed me by my arms and said, Mija, it's okay. Her daughter looked at me and said, yeah, girl, it's okay. Because I told her. See, shit like that is the shit that I avoid now, being a mogul stylist or being, you know, when I was in the salon on my own or whatever, because it's like, if you don't know hair, now I got to beat your ass because you came in here and didn't tell me the right or wrong thing or whatever the case may be. And they taught us that before we even got on the floor at my hair school. People will lie to you about their hair because they let too many people in their hair, or they don't know what the fuck they doing, or if they on medications and don't know how the medications work 100% throughout their body. They don't know. And I told a girl one time, because I was like, you have to ask your older clients what kind of medications they're on. Why? Because if you're continuously doing their hair and still fussing at them about the same problem, and you don't even know what kind of medications they on, what kind of lifestyle they live, or whatever the fuck it is they got going on, are you really, like, promoting healthy hair, or are you just trying to do their hair, get their money, and tell them to get the fuck out your chair? Because again, I don't like dealing with customers and clients that if we got a particular goal, you going elsewhere fucking this shit up. You stressing me the fuck out. Okay, now. If I'm trying to get your hair back healthy, but you going back to Keisha and Rhonda and everybody else and just letting them do whatever the fuck they want to do, but you coming to me whining and crying because shit ain't working right. Okay, so no. You letting them go fuck it up, right? Okay, so let them go fix it. You see how that works? If I fuck it up, I want to fix it. Because that's the only way a stylist can truly say, oh, I did that. Been doing that. This is where she came from. This is where we are. This is where he came from. This is where we are. How else are you supposed to know? Or I hate when you get clients to a certain point with their hair and then they go elsewhere. So you just wanted me to get your hair to a certain point just so somebody else could do it. Is that what that was? You didn't want them to fuck up on your hair because you trusted me enough to get you to a certain point. Now you okay with me handing you off to that motherfucker. Oh. Okay then. And when I was doing her all the time, and I would come across some type of issues or people would complain to me about people messing up their hair, it's always somebody who don't have a license. Never fails. And there are plenty of people without licenses who do beautiful work. A lot of them do better work than people with licenses. Hell, I can vouch for that. There are plenty of people that I was friends with, family members or whatever, that do hair better or do certain styles or certain things better, even though I have a license. That don't matter. But it's like, And then too, another reason why I just don't do certain shit no more is the smell of the products. Some of them products have some triggering and traumatizing smells now, like that pump it up ass spritz. I'm okay without it. I'm okay without it. Cause baby, the way we used to use up a damn bottle of pump it up. I don't even use hairspray. The trauma. Choking. I think the last aerosol can I bought was Gots to Be Glue. And that was when I was on an attempt to do lace wigs and shit like that. And I think I did one. I think that's why I had it. But the only thing about that shit is with them motherfucking hairlines. Because everybody's hairline ain't the same. And now I got to connect the dots and trace around your hairline just to cut this damn lace off. Oh, shit, no. Or I've had customers who want something specific, but because they don't have the right type of hairline, or they don't have the right type of, I'm like, it's a fucking net in here, yo. They don't have the right density of hair or whatever for certain hairstyles. So now you got a whole fucking attitude. Baby, I am not the only one in this world. If I cannot do it however you want it, you are more than welcome to go to someone else. That be the thing about me. There are plenty of hairstylists out here, y'all. Y'all are rude as fuck. And be wanting somebody to feel bad. Because I was taught, your hair is your problem. Your appearance is your problem. So my thing is, because I was in contact with a lot of people that I went to her school with or people that I met over the years. And if it was a style that I didn't want to do, or if I knew that they lived in a certain area or whatever, then I would send them elsewhere because I don't want you spending all your extra money that you could be giving me on gas. I need all of that. But that's just how I am. I was taught normally her stylists are in a particular community. You know, most people like their stylists or their whoever they're servicing them in close proximity. Now, the only issue with me and my clientele was everybody wanted me to be in the fucking hood. Okay, I'll be in the hood. But where's my protection gonna come when I need it? Because y'all want me to be in the hood. Okay, I gotta work. So I gotta be in the hood and work and make sure my head is all over the place and spinning around and on the swivel and stuff. I can't work and do all of that, baby. Where's my security? The first shop I moved into was in Irving. And all of my clients were like, oh my God, that is so far, and da 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 da. Y'all said it don't matter where I got into a shop at. I said because y'all got tired. Y'all could see how tired I was dragging all of my things to your house from my car. And the thing is, they would be like, you do this with every single client? Yes, I have no choice. I'm trying to make it. What do you mean? Ooh, I just couldn't do it. And you're not. So are we finna do this service, or are you finna tell me why you couldn't be a hairstylist? Because that's not why I'm here. That's so discouraging. Please hold your head down so I can comb your hair. Because again, if that was something that you could do, you would be doing it. I hate when people throw those negative sentences out there. Oh, I couldn't be. Oh, I couldn't be. Okay. But I am. So we working to know. I could be doing something with my baby. I could be doing something with my own family. But I'm sitting here having a discussion with you on why you couldn't be a hairstylist. Again, I ain't one of them that's finna be jumping through all the motherfucking hoops either. If you got a suggestion or something that you want me to learn, which is like I deal with friends, my mother, anybody else that let me do their hair on the regular. If it's something you want me to learn, I don't have a problem with learning. But you're gonna pay me for it. I don't give a damn. Ain't none of this free shit. Ain't no free Randy. I don't understand what the fuck this shit is. Because when it come to y'all's motherfucking ducats, y'all be about ready to slap a bitch upside the head. But when it came to my ducats, I was supposed to sit down, be patient, be humble, wait. Don't cry. It's coming. Hold on. Or if you work a regular job and you go put in your 40 hours a week or your 80 for that 2-week paycheck, and your boss tell you, oh, I'm not getting paid this week. What the fuck you mean we not getting paid? I got bills. I got all this shit lined up. Everything come out today. Where is that paycheck? I worked for somebody that I had to be ugly with. Ugly about my money. And I didn't even have a child. I didn't even have no major bills at that time. So that should have showed you then I was not fucking playing then. Left and did not go back to that job. All of my students, all of my coworkers that knew what the hell I was dealing with. Why did you just up and leave? Because that motherfucker wasn't paying us sometime, and I guess I'm the only person that's got to put my foot down about it. If I'm coming to work early and you requesting that I stay late, or you requesting that I don't go to church on days that I told you I'm going to church on, motherfucker, you pay me on time. I don't give a damn if I live with mom and daddy. Because, baby, the day that nigga said, you live with your mom and daddy, so fucking what? That's for me to have a roof over my head, my nigga. Shit. Same with people that come from different countries. Your life was your life. Don't come over here trying to make mine miserable. And it be old ass people saying that shit to young people. And that be the damn hating ass shit that come from old ass people for me. Because that's a statement that is very unnecessary to people who have whatever help they have that you either no longer have or did not have the opportunity to experience. I'm just saying. You sound like a hater. I don't give a damn how far you've made it in life. Baby, it's time to SMOKE. What time is it? I don't know what time it is. And I'm scared if I flick too many screens on this phone, I'm going to stop recording because that's what happened on one of them other videos. Oops. I was going to get them to go walking this morning, but like I said, with me not being able to put the things back into my body as fast, I have to spread out this whole working out thing again, this whole walking thing again. Because the first day I went walking after coming out the hospital from being dehydrated, I was like, oh my God, maybe that was too soon. But that's the only way I'm going to know how soon I can do certain shit. It'd be different if I had just had a surgery or something, but it was just dehydration, and they had put the fluids in my body. So, get the fuck up and go, girl. See what the fuck you can do. And then like I was saying, I have to spread out this working out shit because it's hot as fuck. It's the summertime, and I cannot be passed the fuck out. Ain't nothing worse than you trying to make your body do something and your body just ain't trying to do it. Cause I'm like, ooh, baby, this ain't it. This ain't it. Hell, the weekend that I realized when I did it, I had so much that I was supposed to be doing. Well, it wasn't a lot. I did have a prior commitment. I had to make up for it later on, but I knew when I was up at 5 in the morning still drinking Paul Mason, I just was not finna be doing shit else that I was supposed to be doing that day. Luckily, it wasn't nothing money related. It was something social, so they understood, especially once I told them what the hell I had been doing and what the hell had been going on. Talking about, you tried to down us. Shit, I wasn't trying. Baby, that son about to take my ass out. Look at the time when I walk past the kitchen. I made some fish the other night. The only thing now about not having like a friend group is when I get sick, which they didn't really do this for me. But baby, come cook your friend a meal. I'm sick. Come cook. But they'll definitely go buy some shit if I needed it. But as far as cooking, if they had to be in the mood, now that was something about my friend group. They wasn't like I was. I didn't mind cooking all the time or whatever the case may be. Obviously, as long as I got the resources, I don't mind doing a damn thing. But if I got to struggle doing it, no, I ain't finna do shit. If I ain't got everything I need to do, no. But yeah, that's the only thing this go around when I got sick. Like normally when I'm sick, because I'm not a person who gets sick, but when I'm down, I'm down. And when I was down, I normally had people around me. This go around, it was just my mama and my daughter. So it's a little different. It's a little different. I mean, my mom definitely notified my ex-husband what was going on, but because we're not together, I don't see that I have him, even though I have him, like, if that makes sense. Because I still stiff arm him when he tries to have certain conversations, or when he has tried to have certain conversations, because in my eyes, that chapter is closed. We're just co-parenting. Baby, we sitting in the backyard today in the shade because it was hot when I went to get that smoothie earlier. Oh, excuse me. So I guess I go sit in the backyard and try not to be so loud. My mama works at nighttime, so she definitely needs her beauty rest during the daytime. Bye-bye. Where my flip? There we go. I'll clean all this up in a second. She's still asleep. During the pandemic, one of my best friends stayed with me for a short period of time. And I'm definitely one of those people, when I'm up, I'm up. And I'm one of those mamas, if I'm up cleaning up, if you're not cleaning up, you still need to get it. If I'm up doing it, you gonna get up while I'm doing it. And my apartment was small. But before she even came in there, day one, night one, I had a particular routine in my house. So when I get up, even if I feel sick or I don't have the best mood when I wake up, I'm opening up the motherfucking blinds. If my blinds are closed or were closed when you came to my house, I obviously was not in the best mood. That was really how I think she could tell what kind of mood I was in. And she hated it every morning. Where she was sleeping at. Good morning, friend, get up. You in these motherfucking blinds. It's morning. Hey, girl. Time to get up. And like here at my parents' house, I'm the same way. When I first moved in, because I was trying to stay in the positive space that I had already put myself in, even though I was going through everything I was going through, I come through the house opening up blinds. But like, obviously, it's a house, and if they have been living a particular way since I left, they're gonna be like that. So whatever is gonna save energy, whatever is gonna, whatever they doing it. So, my little brother talking about the baby boy. Why is it so bright in here? Just because you like to be a vampire up in your room, do we have to be like that in the rest of the house? No, but I'm going back in my room. Bye. And I feel like that's another reason why people just be sitting up depressed. If you sitting up in a dark room all the time, yeah, you're gonna be fucking depressed. If you ain't letting no sunlight in, or if you not going outside at some point and getting some damn sunlight, you're gonna be depressed, regardless of what's going on around you. Because even though I was going through everything I was going through, as long as I was out in the sun, as long as I, was being social and the shit that had going on wasn't even a factor in that moment. It was just when it was time to go home at nighttime, that was reality again. Regardless of how much paint I put on it, how much clothing I put on it, it didn't matter. Hell. And I don't care what nobody say. You can pray until you blue in the face. But until you figure it out, ain't no amount of prayer gonna help you. Because prayer is supposed to help you get through it. It ain't supposed to stop it or none of that. And if you have other ways of finding peace, other things, let me be careful how I say that. Because I worship what I worship. I worship how I worship. And this is why when people started talking to me about my religion and all of that shit, before all of my shit really started coming out, religion is personal to me. I'm more spiritual than religious. Because once you really get deep off into that shit, you know what the fuck it really is. That's why I say religion is personal to me. I don't fellowship with everybody. I can go to your church. That don't mean I'm going to always want to fellowship with you, because the way your preacher preach, I might not agree to that. And with me being a woman, there are just some things, quote unquote, that a lot of men feel like we should not have a voice about. So I choose to opt out. So my mom asked me, we were talking about me going back to school, and I was like, that is something that I still want to do. The only thing is I just need to, I want to secure a job first, even if it's a part-time job. And like I said in another video, the only worry now is just making sure that the child that I already have is going to be watched. Because when I said I wanted to continue going to school after I got married, dragging a baby to a classroom was not what I had planned for that. I don't give a damn what nobody said to me. My mama didn't do it for us. Luckily, she had a man to make her close her damn door and tell us to get the hell out of her face. For her to do it. But I don't plan on dragging no babies with me to no classroom for me to be able to do what I need to do. I'm sorry. I paid attention and listened to too many stories and watch too many stories to learn that lesson. I don't care how you feel about that. I think I would have done good. No, it's not I would have. I think I could do good in criminal justice. The only thing is I don't want to be a police officer. Even though I applaud many of you who chose that route. Because I know it's not easy. No matter what your beliefs are. Anything where I have to be physical with anybody, I really don't want to do. Because I still have to be a parent at the end of the day. And if I can't be a parent with a broke leg or with whatever the fuck that is, and I be whining about the shit, mm-mm. Like I said, with the medical field, I know what I can and can't tolerate at 34 years old. So it's just some stuff in the medical field that I don't even want to be around because I've been around it outside the hospital. And with certain security practices, I don't have the right mentality for that. Because, baby, if I see the wrong shit, I'm going to say, hey, go get this nigga. This is where they at. I be done lost my job. So, yeah, no, I can't do that. If I'm not going to be 100% protected all the way around. All the way around. All the way around. Because, that nigga over there doing, hey, go to your station. That nigga over there doing that. Go get him. Hell, if I could do that and be 100% protected, baby, give me all the glasses in the world. I would look at a computer screen all day and do that shit. Just like playing a video game. Because when it comes to protecting, you got stipulations on that shit. Because there's only so far you can take it before now you're in the system. That's why you have to know who the fuck you hiring when you doing them type of jobs. Or when you letting folks into the military. You gotta know, man. You gotta know ahead of time. And now years later, motherfuckers doing shit that you done gave them all the training on to do. Not knowing that this motherfucker is secretly a Nazi. Not knowing that this motherfucker might potentially have a bomb up under his clothes. Oh, you don't know if this nigga right here got some cocaine stuck up his ass. Now with children, yes, you let children get away with some shit just to see how far they go. Y'all let adults get away with way too much shit and then be trying to hurry up and fix the shit. But y'all want to control folks in the workplace with hair color and makeup and nails and shit. Y'all doing a piss poor ass job with the weapons and the drugs, my nigga. So that's why I say, when it comes to me, ain't shit about race. It's about right and wrong. Right and wrong. You can't say we want change and we ain't changing shit. Or we only changing a little bit. Poquito. And not changing the right shit. A little bit of the right shit, and we still dibbling and dabbling in the wrong shit, the major shit, the shit that we see on the media every fucking day that is wrong. And then too, with me doing something physical, I don't know what it is, but it's like I'm perfectly okay with slapping you. I'm perfectly okay with that. I'm perfectly okay with that. So yeah, I be done lost a job. Because again, if you let my little bitty ass intimidate you in any way, that is a problem within yourself, not me. And I mean us as grown-ups. Because children are still learning how to control their emotions and stuff. Those of us who really know what the fuck is wrong with us, know what ain't wrong with us, all that bullshit, and know how to tune out certain shit, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. The shit that people taunted you doing growing up, that's the shit that I'm talking about. The shit that people know that they wouldn't be okay to another motherfucker doing to you, that's the shit I'm talking about. So I said earlier I shampooed my hair to get all of that, everything off my scalp once them fluids and stuff got through my body. And I used hair and scalp treatment grease that I bought. And when I have like stuff actually going on with my scalp, then obviously I don't mind buying products that's geared toward whatever I need it for. I just like using my own hair oil because I like mixing my own stuff when I was in my hair growth the first time. So I heavily greased it enough to be able to leave the house. Because one thing I don't like is when we was growing up is how they would lather us the fuck up in that bullshit, and then we go outside to play, and then now it's melting all over our face, and we're wondering why our eyes and shit burning. That was why. This scalp is dry as fuck today. Now that's something I've never really had a problem with, is having dry scalp. When I started letting my hair grow out that last time, maybe because I was in the house and I was paying more attention to what my hair was doing. Because like I said, this has always been an issue. And we got a little peach fuzz in this hole. I took a close picture and sent it to my mama and said, girl, we got us a little peach fuzz in this hole. It ain't much, but it's a little bit. And she told me, really? I said, yeah, girl, I stopped looking at it once, my life started doing whatever it was doing, and I was just trying to keep going so I could keep working. But now that I done stopped for a little bit and had time to, I don't know, this is probably horrible because in this angle it looked like, bitch, you still look bald right there. But in the close-up picture that I took, it's not. And the bitches are rolled up around here. Like I said, I don't care about no damn perfect ass edges unless the occasion calls for it. I'm one of them, leave them bitches alone. Because that's not something that's an insecurity for me. So I was pulling them and I ain't even had this much up there, so I'm okay. Because when I had a relaxer, it was worse. That was another reason why I stopped getting a relaxer. Because I cared to have braids more than I cared to have straight hair. I think my last relaxer was in 2010. Yeah. I think my last relaxer was in 2010. But shortly after that, I ended up shaving it all off anyway. So, but yeah, I've never really had an issue with dry scalp until here recently. Because that sucker was itching like crazy. And like I said, I don't really like shampooing my hair with braids because of how much hair I used to like wearing on my head. So I never really did that. When my scalp got to itching, either I would just take it down and redo it, or if it was one of those hairstyles where I could just redo my edges, I would do what I could, how we used to do, shampoo our edges or whatever, and go on about my way. So I was scratching. I'm like, dang, it's already dry. So now I'm So I have to either grease my scalp again or put my oil on it. But I might just grease it with that stuff again. Because in this last batch of oil I didn't filter out the herbs. So I'm going to have to find me a small colander to be able to filter out the herbs. Because I still want to be able to use my oil even when my scalp is irritated. And I don't want the herbs to add to the irritation. So I need to find me one of those. And I could possibly find me a tea strainer as long as it's not a cylinder. It's like open. But I'll figure it out. But I need to oil my scalp. And on top of greasing my scalp, yesterday after I shampooed it, I saturated my braids down to as far as my hair ends, because I'm not moisturizing no damn braid in hair. I saturated it in leave-in conditioner and hair milk, just so at some point it's gonna make it down to my hair. That's the only part of the braid now I really care about being moisturized, is whatever my hair is wrapped up in. And it's like today, and I wasn't even in the sun that long yesterday, because baby, I was in the sun the next day after coming out the hospital. Baby, talk about baked, twice baked potato. Baby, I was twice baked. I was so happy to come in the house, get in that shower, and get in that bed. But I need to grease my scalp again. And I'll probably just use that until my scalp finishes doing whatever the fuck it's doing. Because I don't understand why it's so fucking irritated. Now, when I worked at my last job, I understood why it was irritated, because I wasn't used to doing all of that scratching. And I was definitely doing a lot of scratching in my head at that job. And it was very dirty. Very, very dirty. But baby, that scalp got irritated. That was another reason why I went ahead and made the decision to calm them locks down, because I couldn't get to my scalp the way I needed to stop that itching. And I don't like a lot of those medicated shampoos and shit like that. I don't want to be walking around smelling like that shit. I don't like that. Like, I use the Sulfur 8 grease. It does help. However, it itches as well, because I'm allergic. Now, that is probably the only thing that I will use that I know is going to do what it's supposed to do, but it's still going to make me itch, even though it's doing what it's supposed to do. So, since I won't use that and don't like using it, I try not to do certain things to my hair or my scalp to make me have to use that. And when I did use grease a lot, once I found out that I was allergic to that, because that's a medicated grease, I just started mixing my own greases until my scalp got back to where I needed it to be. And that was how I learned how to grow my hair, using just grease. Again, not having to use a lot of the other shit that we were using growing up, or that whoever was taking care of our hair was using when we were growing up. And like, yeah, using a lot of the greases by themselves were okay, but I had better results when I mixed them up myself. would do that anytime I braided my hair, because that's the only time I really use grease. I think I might have said this in another video. That's the only time I really use grease is when I'm doing braids, when I'm braiding my hair. And during the wintertime, when it's the coldest, is when I use a lot of grease. During the summertime, I use oil for the reason that I said earlier. We outside playing with our friends, and grease just melting down our faces. Yeah. I get my baby back today. She was gone for the whole weekend this weekend. Since it's been the summertime, I've had her all the way, Monday through Friday. And she leaves Saturday and come back Sunday evening. But she left me Friday this week because, I guess to give me more, time to rest and sleep or whatever. However, and whatever the reason, I'm appreciative. Because that baby been doctoring on me, and I'm not hungry as often, but you can obviously hear my stomach. And on one of them days, she was laying up under me, and she was like, "Mommy, you're hungry." I said, "My body says I'm hungry, but I'm not hungry, baby," because I had been drinking all of this water, and so my belly was full for the most part, or at least full enough, for me to be content. She's talking about, "But I hear your stomach." I hear it too. Turn the TV up. So she laying there. My stomach do it again. "Mama, do you want me to go make you a sandwich?" I don't want no more sandwiches, child. Tell me, "Well, Mommy, you need to eat something." Okay, baby. Now, at this point, I'm like, okay, maybe she's right. I do need to eat. Regardless, I need to eat something. So I've already made it in my mind. Eventually, I'm going to get up and go. Maybe 10 minutes later, my stomach do it again. "So, Mommy, you still not going to go get nothing to eat?" "Come on, girl, let's go in the kitchen." Because she's not old enough to use the microwave, at least not in my parents' house. So I was like, just come on in here with me and I'll go fix myself something. So I made me something light. And I'm in there getting it together. I go back in the room and sit down so I can eat. She talking about, "Don't you feel better?" First of all, I knew I needed to eat, okay? I knew I needed to eat. You ain't got to do your mama like that. Well, I'm just saying, Mama. Ooh. What would I do without her? And then when I got done eating, "Don't you feel better?" I do feel better, even though I still wasn't really hungry. I do feel better. She talking about, "You were hungry." But I know that's something that I need now that I'm back to being antisocial. Or in my shell, as I told one of my friends. I'm just back into my own shell again. And it's bad because I've never been like this. Like I said, I've always had like somebody to talk to as far as a friend goes. Always. But this go around, all I had was my mama and Jesus. But sometimes that's all you need. don't know what I'm gonna do with myself. I need to go to my laundry. I've washed everything. I just need to put it away. I could wait until baby get home. That way she can help. And that was what I was supposed to do. Yesterday when I started cleaning up, I was supposed to separate what I had already washed and put her things in her room and put my things at least to the side. That way when I'm ready to put them up, it's not as much because I've already separated it out. By the time I got all that shit off that bed to wash my sheets and stuff, I need to take a nap. Because again, I'm still rebuilding my body back up. So I'm definitely getting tired a lot faster. But I need to give me some peanut butter. That's probably gonna go on the grocery list on the next run. And some crunchy peanut butter at that. I need to go in here and finish this smoothie. That's what I need to go do. And I need to go fill my cup up with some water. I'm not as sore as I was the other day, so I guess I'll go walking. Either in the morning or tomorrow evening. Because, baby, I be popping up like I got somewhere to be. But that's because I had to be at work at the ass crack of dawn when I was working. So unless I done hung out all night the night before, I'm up early. And I'm not being one of those parents. I'm allowing my child to sleep a little bit during the summertime. Because it's going to come a time where all this extra sleep that she getting now is going to cease. My phone is gonna die. I did not put that stuff on the charger when I came in this morning. So I'm about to go. Ta-ta.